December 28th, I believe today, Saturday. This is really the first real sun I've seen in over 2 months. A couple blips for a couple days. And look at this, December 28th. It is plus 11 degrees Celsius, 52 degrees Fahrenheit. All the snow's melting. And I thought I'd fire up the V-Rod. Maybe even take it for a spin around the block. And the battery's dead. And I just fired this thing up 2 weeks ago, fired right up beautifully. And the intake, this whole, I had the filter on here and everything. The intake was full of wheat, chicken feed, full. So a mouse got through this little intake in here. Didn't make a nest in there, but sure stored his food in there. And I've been finding little bundles like that around the shop here. Found a little pile in there the other day, a little pile in that box over there, a pile in one of the drawers down here. It's war now, it's all out war. I'm gonna set up a super mouse trap in here. I gotta get them. They're destroying everything. Now I gotta take apart this intake and make sure they're not in there, make sure they're not in this one. So anyways, I'm starting on this bike earlier than I thought I would. I thought I'd be another week. So I just pulled the battery out, charging it up. I don't know why that went dead. If you leave the security system on, you know, they'll eventually go dead. But like I say, I fired it up 2 weeks ago. And you can't really leave the key on, you know, unless the mice chewed something. So I got it on the charger over there. But I've got to replace this hose here. I've got the new one. I want to replace that hose. And I wanted to check the spigot. This is these things. There's no fluid in there. And I don't know if it's the lower spigot or they crack and they leak. So I want to check that out. So that's one of the projects. And then flush the antifreeze. So I guess I'm starting this video a little earlier than I thought. I just pulled that cover off, and there was no fluid in it at all, just a drop on the bottom. And this spigot's in good shape. It's not broken off or anything. This is all right. So I just filled it up to see if it's going to leak down before I flush this. Maybe it had a, you know, I don't know where these things leak, but everybody's saying in the forums. I thought they said they break off right here. But I'll let it sit and see if it leaks anywhere. There was rad this was full with antifreeze up here, so it wasn't like the whole system was low. Just this was low. Yeah, those little frickin' mice are everywhere in my garage. This year's been really bad. Okay. Already started on this bike. Took the rear seat off, just one bolt. Sitting right over there. And I got a sissy bar to go in here, but there's one stripped thread in here. I think there's still part of a bolt in there in that one. So I gotta take this off and see if I can get that out or drill it out and retap it. I got all these bolts out. Okay, they're rusty. They're rusted right in there, so I hit the Allen socket with a hammer, tap, 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 tap. Got them all up except for this one. This one I can't get out. It's stripped. It's 4mm Allen wrench. Allen head. These two are 4mm. The rest are 6. But this one here, or are they 5? Might be 5. No, 6. So this one here, I took my hacksaw and cut a slot in it, and I'm going to try to hammer a slot screwdriver in there, put a wrench on it, see if I can just get it to turn or something. Otherwise I might have to cut that one off and drill it out, tap it out. But I'm not giving up yet. So I'm gonna see if I can get this. I need a real wide flat screwdriver to get in there. Just breaking the sides of that off. It's in there really good. It's rusted right in there. Okay, so. Need one of those heat coils to put on there and heat it right up. I can feel it in here. I know there's no point in chiseling that, trying to chisel it, because it's hard when I get it loose. The other one was just, it was hard to turn all the way out because it's so rusted. You know, they're like that, like they're just rusted all the way out. So, see if I can find a better screwdriver. I gotta square this up a little bit. I soaked it with penetrating oil from the bottom. Let's see if I can tighten it. Where's your station? I turned it all most of it. Harley, across the front screw. So right now. You see if I can take it. Oh, she's okay. Oh, right there. Oh, already good. Okay. Rusted all the way through. I could have made up an elaborate story how I got that broken thread off in there. It was a spider web with a piece of dirt on it, so it looked like a chunk of metal in there. And I just ran a 6mm by 1 screw through all these, lubed it up, got the threads all cleaned up. So good, that's an easy fix. But I got a more difficult problem coming up next. Cold out today. What's that say? Minus 13 or so Fahrenheit. Or 4 degrees Celsius. A few snowflakes are coming in. Pretty cold though. Still haven't got my bench cleaned up yet. I'm gonna put this piece back on today. I got the all these bolts cleaned up on my wire wheel. That's my favorite tool for using that. I use it. I basically use this tool almost every day. I'm in my garage if I'm working. Every day, either the grinder or this. And I can't believe how many people don't have that. They'll use the handheld angle grinder or something like that. But these are cheap. I think at Harbor Freight you can get them for like 19 bucks. But you can get them for $29 normally. Yeah, I just got a message. 1 second. So I ordered some new Allen head. Some people call them Allen head, socket head screws. These are 6 by 1 millimeter by 25 millimeters in length, or 1 inch. Or these ones with the rounded heads are called pan heads. Pan head, Allen head. So like I had to grind and had a hell of a time getting that one out. So I got some new ones coming in. I think I got a 25 pack for $12 delivered to my house. So I can't beat that. So these ones are all good, but I'm gonna put some anti-seize on every one of them. It's kind of good, you know, that I did take them all out, because otherwise someday I would have never got them out. They're all rusted in there. Almost every bolt on this thing I'm taking apart, I'm putting a little anti-seize or lubricant on it or grease on it, just to make sure I can get it out again in the future. So slowly going over the whole bike as I work on it. And I'm gonna clean these threads up, especially those two that I had a hell of a time getting out. I think these two. I'll put some anti-seize oil combination mixture on there. Still haven't done that, doing that next. Let's take a little bit of motor oil. I'll just use this cap. A little too much in there. Some Molly lube or anti-seize. It's never going to rust again. I've got a carrier I'm going to put on too, so I think some of these screws got to come out for that. I'll have to check. Yeah, here's the carrier. This thing's solid steel. This isn't hollow tubing. This thing's freaking heavy. And yeah, they're going to go in those holes right there. And so I'm going to need to get all new screws. But at the same time, you can see I'm going to need to make spacers. So I can make them on my lathe, make some spacers, and then calculate how big of screws I'm going to need. There must have been a special screw kit for this, but it didn't come with it. So in the meantime, I'll mount this and I'll measure up for some spacers, and then I'll probably have to order some more screws for that. This comes with a rubber backing on it, so it doesn't scratch it. It seems like I'm missing some screws here. No, these ones here are just for show. So they're meant to be replaced for the carrier. I'm going to leave these out since they're not doing anything, and that way I can measure for the spacer. I'll make some spacers. These two here were just for show as well too, even though the goes all the way down. So just these four hold it. I'll just put these in loose for now, and then I'll show you my next dilemma. This is an original HD backrest. Ordered on eBay from a guy in Hawaii. Didn't pay very much for it. It was 30 bucks or 40 bucks. And that's original. And then this backrest from another guy. This is solid steel too, just like that carrier. But the issue is, there's the issue. Way too big. So does this thing need to be squished? Was this for a different bike? Like I thought, well, maybe the newer years had a wider piece back here, but I looked that up, and no, they're just a totally different shape. So I got to squish this about an inch, or 5/8 of an inch. Probably got to squish it. But if I squish it too much, then these holes may not line up for the backrest. So I'm going to try to bend it. So if I try to bend it here in a vise or something, if I try to bend it at the I think I got a scratch in my cover. That's why I got this dull spot in there. If I try to bend it here, more than likely it's going to bend at the weakest point, right here where the holes are through it. So I really need to bend it up here. Not very much. So I'm going to put these two bolts through here, and then try to make a jig and just press it from here without scratching it, right? I don't want to scratch this enamel. So let me figure that out. I got the two bolts in my vise, and I've got my vise maxed out. Hopefully it doesn't fall apart. And let's see if we can move this thing Shift the off, try. So it's about 10 inches. So if I get that down to 9.5, if I get that to 9.5, I'm laughing. I don't know if this is going to work. First try. I don't know if I'd like to heat that up. I don't want to peel the paint. Wow, that's 9.5 right there. I'm going to go more because it's going to spring out. Yeah, I might just spring right out. Just sprung right back out. Oh. 9.25. I'm gonna go more. Just hopefully this paint doesn't buckle here. Oh. I only moved it about 1/8 of an inch. A little over 9 inches. I'm going to keep going. Nine inches. So I've squished it an inch, and it keeps springing back. So I'm gonna go a little more. Hopefully it doesn't crack the paint. Hoping it doesn't fucking fly out of here. Oh. A little bit more. Holy fuck. It's like 8 7/8 right now. It's got to be pretty close. I'm gonna go a little more. 8 3/4. Looking for 9.5. That's pretty close, a little over 9.5. Let's see how that works. Man, I'm surprised I didn't bend those bolts or nothing. Didn't bend the bolt, didn't scratch it. That's close enough to get the bolts in there. Let's try that, get some bolts. I think those new cap head bolts that I ordered are the same length as this, so I should be able to use them. Look at that, this thing sprung back already. This thing sprung back. Find a ratchet. Those new cap head bolts, they should be coming in the next hour. And I'll just take one out at a time, and I'll put some ADCs on it, and then retighten it. Just snug them for now. Just snug. Now I want to see if these holes line up. I don't know. This came with the screws. And they're not stainless either. So this thing, you can kind of see it's concave to wrap around the bar. That one started now. Yeah, you know what? I think it's compressed it too much. So I meant to loosen these off, let it spring out, tighten this up, and then do that. Because yeah, this is not lining up. That's what I'm gonna do. Snug this up a little bit. Okay. Now we'll see if this is spread out enough. I can get this screw in and then tighten those ones up. Okay, I think we got her. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna wait. Those stainless steel ones are gonna be here anytime. And rather than get all this together and fight with these two again, I'm going to put the stainless steel ones in and lube them up first. And tighten these two up first, then these two. It's actually probably going to bow a little bit, but that's the only way I can see to do it. And in the carrier, I'm going to start making some spacers for those. And I'm probably going to have to order bolts for these ones. They're going to be quite a bit longer. Okay, I think that's going to look good though. This model in 2003 came with the all silver tank and silver back fender, and that's what this one was, I'm sure. But somebody's painted the tank with that black stripe on it. I can tell it's been painted and it's not factory, but I kind of like the black stripe on it. And then we give it some black accents. So I think it'll look good like that with some black accents. And the side stand that I got off of this is 2003, so I think the side stand's off of a 2005 or 6. And they're black. I think the frame was black on those ones. And that'll kind of tie into it as well too. It'll kind of look good. But yeah, I gotta make some spacers for this. Probably some 1/2-inch spacers, some 1/2-inch dowel. Okay, I'm gonna wait for those screws to come in before I put this back together. There's actually, I went through my parts box down there for the V-rod, and I actually found a pack of 4 screws for that backrest, and they're chrome. So that's what I'm going to use, and that's the pan head ones with the Allen head in it. And at the same time, I heard my chickens out there squawking, and those things are like watchdogs. And the parcel just came. So here's my parcel with the other screws, which I'll need for the I'll need them for the backrest itself. The backrest came with 2 screws, but they're just galvanized. They're not chrome or they're not stainless. Canadians helping Canadians. Nutritional. I can put my phone down. Canadians helping Canadians. When you're ready, you can leave us a review. Anyways, this is what I ordered. It's the first time I've ordered from these guys, but it's a Canadian company. K2 and D3. It's 1,000 micro units of D3 and I think 150 of the K2. 120 milligrams of the K2 and 1,000 units. Oh, I can't, my eyes are... Should be 1,000 units or micromilligrams of D3. I take 2 of these a day with my magnesium. It's really helping my joints. I was supposed to have surgery on my right hip this last summer. I went to 3 different surgeons. They all said, yeah. You know, I went a year, 2 years, 3 years before, you know, go. And they said by this summer I would be needing a hip replacement from too much hockey. But I've been taking, I was really deficient on magnesium. And I didn't really start taking this K2 D3 one until the last couple of months. But I was taking D3 before, but not enough. But the magnesium's really helped me, and zinc, boron, and 3 milligrams of boron. And what's the other one? Oh, there's another one that I take with it. Anyways, it's really helped my hip. I'm skating better than I've skated in a couple of years. And actually other guys are noticing it too. And I barely walk with a limp. Once in a while, if I play a couple games of hockey, I got a little bit of a limp. But anyways, you need this for the apocalypse. You can take up to 5 or 10 of these a day. Okay, now, especially if you've had the jab, you're going to need that when you get sick. And I didn't get that. Right now, so many people are sick. January 5th today, 2025, a day before Trump gets sworn in. And then I think all hell's going to break out somewhere. Anyways. Those are the chrome ones, or stainless steel ones, 6x1 thread. Millimeters and 1 inch long or 25 millimeters long. I'm going to put those in. I got lots of spares. Okay, the screws are in. I'm going to replace these with the stainless ones. Hope I can get them back in. Okay, I'm going to put, now that I got those screws back, I can put the last 2 screws in here and then snug this all up. Just putting in these screws with some anti-seize and oil, and these are stainless ones now. Okay, now I just got to make the spacers. Maybe I'll put the seat back on and just see how it fits in here. I better wash my hands first, I'll get it all wrecked. This is always so stiff in here. I've oiled the hell out of it. There. You can see why I wanted the original Harley back pad, because it met the pattern of the material. The texture is the same as the backrest. Now this is off an 02. An 02 though. But the 03 had the same pattern, but it had the 100th anniversary stitched into here. I'd really like to find that, but most of them are pretty beat up. But yeah, that looks good. Hard to see with all the junk in the garage behind it. You don't really get a good view of it there, but that'll work good. My wife rarely rides with me, but if she does, she wants a backrest. And I still might put the bigger seats on up there, front and back. The cat clawed the hell out of them, so. And I think these are Harley seats too. Pretty sure these are, yeah, these are Harley Davidson seats. It's just you have to, it's an accessory to order the bigger ones. So I might have to take it in and get that recover it, but I bet she's gonna charge me a few $100 to do them both. But this has got that same texture of material here. It'd be nice for her to keep this. She can cut this out and stitch that back in. That would be cool. And there's the back one up there. I got so much junk in my garage. See, those are original Harley Davidsons, so just it's an accessory, so you can get a bigger seat on it, a bigger pylon. There's that same pattern again. Yeah, we'll see. Looks good like that though. I was trying to measure to see how wide this is. Well, actually this pipe is wider than this pipe. But this pipe is the same as this one. So I was trying to measure it there. Is it 5/8 or 1/2 inch? So just take my 1/2 inch wrench. Nope, that doesn't fit on there. Here's 5/8 inch wrench, snap on. No play. These ones are smaller. So that's 5 inch. So it'd be nice to find some 5-inch steel rod, drill a hole in it, and make my spacers. I think yesterday I said minus 13 or so Fahrenheit, but no, it's just it's minus 12 Celsius, and that's about 10 degrees Fahrenheit. I keep saying in reverse, but yeah, there's the Celsius Fahrenheit. Got a little bit of snow this morning. It's the next day now, and I let my fingers do the walking instead of getting the lathe going because it's cheaper and better. So I ordered some spacers. And I ordered some 8mm screws as well too. With that pan head. With that pan head, or they call it there's another name they call it too, I noticed. Oh, I can't think of it. There's a great big package for this. I wanted steel spacers, but I got aluminum. They'll be all right. I got the right size hole for this. The only thing is these are round. Oh. I was gonna try to Dremel these down a little bit, make them a little bit concave, but you know what? That you're not even gonna be able to tell. So the other thing is, oh, these ones are gonna fit it. Nope, they're not gonna fit in the hole. It's not gonna quite fit in there. So I gotta take these and put them on my lathe and just take off a millimeter. It should drop right in there. Oh, try to get that in the light there. You can see how much I've taken off the one. There you can see the difference there. See, this one's sitting up and this one's sitting nice and flush in there now, going right in there. Man, I got that damage to that screen or something there. Oh, that gets rid of a lot of glare right there. It'd be a little harder to see, but there we go. Got that on. I loosened these right off, but not to the point where that came off. And yeah, that fit on there good. Just had to machine those screws down a little bit so they would sit right in there. That's nice and tight. Okay, a couple other little pieces and that's it. Uh-oh. Oh. A little bit of oil coming out. I gotta get that in there quick. Here's the new one, 100th anniversary. It's got a little indentation to locate right in there. And I don't see any seal or O-ring or anything. It's just strange. There's an O-ring right there. Okay, there's the O-ring. Probably should have been replaced. A little bit of oil on here. Someday replace that cover if I find a good one. You know what? I think I got stainless steel ones of these. I'm going to put stainless steel in there because these are getting chewed up already. Got some stainless steel ones, put a little bit of thread sealer on it. I don't think that matters. Okay, there's that. One more thing and I'm done. The last piece of the puzzle. Don't know if you can see that. Got a pack of 4 of them for a couple bucks. And that's Porsche. And the Porsche symbol on there. And they actually make the swing arm covers. Haven't been able to find them, but I've seen them where they make them. They're black, just like that with the Porsche symbol on it. There we go. Already got the one on the back. That one back there. Another black accent. I still got to put the side stand on and flush the antifreeze, but that's enough for this video. I think it looks good like that. The black backrest. I'll show you the black oh, they actually gave me 5 of them. There's only supposed to maybe one for the spare, I guess. It's for a car. And this should be black. I haven't opened it yet. And it should bolt right on. I may have to touch this thing up. It's got some chips out of it. But there's 2 things different between this one and the original one is they put this little tab on here so that it won't swing up too high past the swing because you can't get your toe on this. And then the other thing too is they put this web, this big web on here where the old one just had a little tiny wee tit right here to try to kick it down. Like every time I pulled over, I'd use my freaking hand to get the thing started. I'll show you. So there's no webbing on this one. There's just this little tit for you try to catch your toe on that little tiny tit. I was going to weld a bolt on there, but this one's got a nice big web on it. And then they put this little tab on here to hold it down so you can get your toe on it. And otherwise this thing comes right up. hard to get on it, so it's going to hold it down a little bit more. And that's should be identical. Should be identical. Yeah. Springs in the same location, everything. So they upgraded this. People were complaining about that. I noticed it right away. Every time I came to a stop. Yeah, there's the rubber there that it catches. So yeah, I'll put this one on next. Okay, that's it for this video. Yeah, we got that back together. And I think I'm going to call that a video. It's a good day today. Got that done. Trump's been inaugurated and Trudeau resigned. Man, can't get a much better day than that. But I think we're in for some rocky days ahead. We're going to find out here between now and the 20th and beyond, I believe. Thanks for watching.